The following is a presentation of the Spartan Media Network.
It's time for the Robyn Fralick Show.
Underneath the rim to Van Sloot, and she'll back up and bank it off the board for two. Out to Shoemate. Now Halleck, a right slot three. Bring it up! Darren Halleck hits a long ball. Shoemate wide open left wing three. Bring it up! The dagger from Emma Shoemate.
The Robyn Fralick Show is presented by Diversified Insurance Group, your independent insurance agency for home, auto, and life. The Robyn Fralick Show is also brought to you by One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. The Munn Team, Jan and John Munn at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Tommy Raines Realtors, realtors that get results. The MSU Federal Credit Union. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. And by Coors Light. Choose chill. Now, with head coach Robyn Fralick, here's the voice of Michigan State women's basketball, Dalton Shetler.
Welcome into the Coach Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. We're live at One North Kitchen and Bar in East Lansing. If you want to join our audience for any of the MSU Coaches Shows, make your reservation by emailing coachesshows@onenorthdining.com. Dalton Shetler, glad to have you with us all here today. And as we welcome into the show, folks, your Michigan State women's basketball team, winners of the last 6 straight. Give it up for the Spartans, huh? And the Spartans have jumped 9 spots to number 15 in the country in the top 25 poll. And this head coach next to me, Robyn Fralick, just got career win number 250, huh? Let's make some noise. How about this?
And it's Dalton's birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, gosh. You got to keep singing that.
Nope, I'm live. Happy birthday, dear Dalton. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you all so much. I don't even know what to say after that. I had a whole thing focused on you and the team, but thank you all. I appreciate that.
It's your big day.
Well, there's so much to celebrate then. It's pretty appropriate. We're having a meeting here at One North Kitchen and Bar in East Lansing because, again, Michigan State women's basketball has been on an absolute tear. Capped it off, the recent stretch anyway, with the win over Illinois on Sunday. This has been a real good stretch for your squad, Robyn.
Yeah, it's great to see everybody. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Yeah, thanks. Also, our fans have been unbelievable. It's been so great to be home. So thanks for your support. You were a huge part of us finishing out that game on Sunday versus Illinois. But yeah, there's been a good stretch. I think that we've had to keep adjusting and adapting, but our team continues to find ways to be effective.
Well, we'll talk about some of that adjusting and adapting for the squad. But you pointed or really rather tipped the cap to this crowd. Look, that win over Illinois, more than 5,000 people were there in the Breslin Center, and I thought they played a huge part in sealing that win.
Chanting defense. It was awesome.
It made a difference, though. There was a real home court advantage.
Absolutely. We had talked about that as a staff right after the game. It was such a great home game environment, and that's so special for our student athletes. Keep coming out. You guys make a huge difference.
Well, we have so much to recap. And by the way, we've been celebrating so many things we haven't even mentioned yet. We're going to have a special guest in the building today, none other than Kennedy Blair. Give her a nice warm welcome, everybody. We'll bring her up here in a few segments, but we got a lot to get to, so we're going to work our way to a break. But before the break, Robyn, you got to put on the broadcasting voice once more.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Whether it's home, auto, life, or business insurance, Diversified Insurance Group has the coverage you need to stay ahead of the game. Personalized solutions, just like a perfectly executed play. Visit WeDigInsurance.com today, and let's win together on and off the court.
All right, cool as the other side of the pillow, Robyn Fralick.
Yeah.
And on the other side, we're going to be breaking down this 6-game win streak for the Spartans. That's next, as this is the Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group here on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Women's basketball.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
Spartan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes these moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is the official beer of Michigan State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Welcome back to the Coach Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. Hey, even Sparty knows everyone needs a timeout every now and then, so why not take yours at the beach? Myrtle Beach is home to 60 miles of warm, sandy beaches, over 2,000 restaurants, and much more. Enter now for your chance to win your very own beach break getaway. Compliments of Visit Myrtle Beach. Go to visitmyrtlebeach.com/MSU to enter. Your ultimate beach break is just a click away. All right, folks, the last time that we gathered here at One North Kitchen and Bar for one of these Robyn Fralick shows, we had the whole team out here. We wore some ugly sweaters. We had some silly hats. We had some questionable singing. Since then, Michigan State has played 5 games and won them all. So we thought maybe to recap this, let's bring you an extended call of the week where we're going to highlight everything that's happened since we last got together. All right, so here's our call of the week.
Nice, Dalton.
First round for Michigan State. They'll be taking on the Indiana State Sycamores.
Find Shoemate now, left wing 3. Bring it up! MS Shoemate ties the Cherokee Invitational record. 5 threes. Shoemate now to break the record from the left wing. Bring it up! Why not? MS Shoemate unconscious. Back-to-back threes to break the record. Give and go back to Shoemate again. Bring it up! Oh my! MS Shoemate is shooting the lights out of Cherokee. 7 threes. It's Spartans, Rebels for a title here from Cherokee, North Carolina. A left slot 3 on the way. Bring it up! Gracers first long ball. And the Spartans are all smiles exploding after that. What can't she do? The clock hit 0. Victory for MSU. Michigan State women's basketball picks up the highest ranked win of the Robyn Fralick era en route to bringing home hardware. Your 2025 Cherokee Invitational champions, the Michigan State Spartans. Welcoming in Big Ten foe, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Skips across the spider. 7 on the shot clock. Crossover, the drive, the floater, and Spider comes up big yet again. She puts the Spartans up 3, 67-64, 29 seconds to play. The Scarlet Knights have a fear of spiders. Happy New Year's to you all as we ring in 2026 Michigan State women's basketball.
back on the road for a Big Ten battle in Bloomington, Indiana. The kick to Blair, 3 on the way, banks it in! Oh, we're banking in Bloomington, ring it up! Number 24, Michigan State, and the Illinois Fighting Illini. Spider angles to the right, block, gets in front of the rim, the bucket in the basket! Yes. Who else but Rashonda Jones? Remember the name! Victory for MSU against the Fighting Illini, snapping their 11-game win streak, and congratulations to head coach Robyn Fralick, her 250th career win.
So there you have it, folks. That is what has happened in the last handful of games. Michigan State with some huge signature wins. When you think about dating all the way back to that Cherokee Invitational, the championship for your squad, knocking off a number 15 Ole Miss team, an Ole Miss team that, by the way, had a shot to nearly tie or beat Texas at the end of regulation recently. This has been an incredible stretch.
Yeah, great basketball. The Ole Miss game right before Christmas break, I thought, was just a really good accumulation of our group playing together, executing the game plan at a high level, playing with some really good toughness. You know, we knew coming in, Ole Miss has been a team that was in the Sweet 16 last year, been a top team, very physical, big, athletic, and I love the way we matched that physicality of that game. And then since then, we've had a Christmas, a New Year's, a game at Rutgers that I feel like we mostly survived, but we did. At Indiana, which was the first program win, I think, in 8 seasons at Assembly Hall. Really proud of our group. We were laughing. We were out on our walk that morning, and there were people lining up at the bar at 9 a.m. because they had their, the football game. So we were like, oh, this is good. They might not be at Assembly Hall
Just
today.
flee away from the building.
And then, the Illinois game, I thought the first half specifically was some of the best basketball we've played all year. So, a group that keeps finding different ways and adjusting. And as we know, the Big Ten continues and doesn't get any easier.
No, it certainly doesn't. I mean, if you look at ESPN bracketology, they're saying the Big Ten can have a dozen to a baker's dozen worth teams in this NCAA tournament. Every night is basically a March Madness game. It'll be no different with the week ahead on that trip out to the Pacific Northwest. But to highlight a couple of things, I mean, you talk about some of these incredible wins. The last win against Illinois, your squad only had 6 turnovers for the entire game and out-rebounded an Illinois team that, heading into it, you had said this is going to be the most physical game by far that your team has played this season.
Yeah, we were up for it. I thought we were physical. We did a good job taking care of the ball. Now, I will say we have some shots that are basically a turnover, so we got to do a better job making sure we get good shots all the time. But, keeping 6 turnovers throughout a game gives you a chance, which is why we scored a lot of points because you always want to give yourself a chance, give yourself a shot. And being able to do that was a big part of being able to win the game.
And against the Illini, I mean, we talk about the turnovers, we talk about the boards. How about 42 points in the paint for your Spartan squad?
That was big, and I thought we set the tone for that early in the game. We knew coming into the game, we felt like that was something we could take advantage of on them, and we did it in a variety of ways. Grace got us really going in the first half. We posted up Kennedy more than we normally do. But she was able to take advantage. So that was something that we felt like going in we could do, and it was really, really good to see our team execute it.
And you've mentioned a couple of times in these post-game interviews, Grace Van Sluten, just a monster. And in that game against Illinois, 15 points, 9 rebounds at halftime. You talk about setting the tone. I thought she came out and did exactly that. It felt like there was a very clear message for your squad getting out there, and Grace really spearheaded that.
She did, and it started with I think she got 2 offensive rebounds on the first possession to finish, and we felt going in that her matchup is a player that's been playing really well in the league but is younger, and she did a good job of really getting her own shots a lot too, and kind of setting the tone and getting us some early baskets.
Obviously Grace then in the second half is a bit dinged up. She doesn't play too much. Do we have anything more on Grace at this point?
I mean, right now I think day to day, she's really, really sore. So we'll know day to day.
Well,
I
certainly
wish we had a better update than that.
Well, we'll certainly hope for the best as the team heads out to the Pacific Northwest. A couple other things from this one. Look, we mentioned in that recap of the last 5 games, Spider has been on a tear, and down the stretch, she's really delivered some pretty big buckets. The last 6 games for Rashonda Jones, she's averaging 13 points a game, shooting 52% from the floor, 55% from beyond the arc, and 88% from the free throw line. I mean, what you're getting from Spider is simply sensational. Absolutely clap it up for Spider.
Yeah, and she's been, I think of, Rutgers, she made one of the biggest shots of the game. I think of the Illinois game. Her and one was such a big finish. That was such a turning point in the game. Her free throws to seal out the game. So she's been playing really great. She's been playing really great when in timely situations.
Speak about timely. Our guest has been coming up with some big time plays. We'll talk about her in a little bit. But Julianne Woodard this last game, it felt like, we talk about so much of the tone setting was Grace Van Slooten. When she went out, you kind of wondered who would maybe reassert that, who would enforce that. Julianne Woodard played 9 minutes, got 6 points, 5 rebounds, stuck her nose in everything on the floor. She gave you some fantastic minutes.
The wonderful example of being ready when called upon. And I think that's easy to talk about. It's hard to do. I thought she hit the biggest shot of the game. They cut it to 3. They were on a run. She checks in, ghost screens, top of the key 3. Right, we get our lead right back to 6. Next play, cuts, shot fakes, gets the free throw line. So it's easy to say, hey, be ready. But, but when called upon in the fourth quarter in a 3-point game and you take the biggest shot of the game, that's where all that work that you're doing consistently really pays off. So that's one of her biggest strengths, is she has an ability to, when called on, be ready to go. So she was a huge part of our ability to win that game.
Absolutely, she was. That was awesome to see. There's still a couple other performances. Yeah. Look, we told you there's been a lot that's happened since we last got together. We'll talk about some of those when we come back, and we'll get you your trivia question. We're live from Lansing with the head coach of the Spartans, Robyn Fralick. Our show is presented by Diversified Insurance Group. You're listening to the Robyn Fralick Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
At Meijer.com/community.
Need up-to-date information on how to listen to the Spartans? Make sure to follow the Spartan Media Network on social media to see upcoming broadcasts of coaches' shows, ball games, features, and exclusive clips. Check out the Spartan Media Network on X, Facebook, and Instagram, and follow your radio home of the Michigan State Spartans. Go Green!
Hear that roar? That's the sound of Spartan Nation. And Dean Trailways is right there, every mile of the way. As the official ground transportation provider of Michigan State Athletics, we connect Spartans to championships. For every game, every practice, every victory, we deliver it. Elite service that powers the green and white. When you demand championship-level transportation, Dean Trailways is your winning drive. Become part of our team at DeanTrailways.com.
Hey, Spartan fans! It's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to MSU football games or to any other live event in East Lansing, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of MSU football. Let's go Spartans! SeatGeek.
We are back live on the Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. The Abood Law Firm is proud to sponsor the Beyond the Arc campaign. The Abood Law Firm will donate $25 for each Spartan three-pointer to the Izzo Legacy Foundation. Thank you to the Abood Law Firm for supporting the Izzo Legacy Foundation. All right, folks, at this point in the season, Michigan State women's basketball has hit 131 threes. The men's basketball team has hit 117 threes. Added up, that is $6,200 going to the Izzo Legacy Foundation. Let there be light. This is all a great thing, huh? Hallelujah.
Here we are.
Good work being done there. Time now for Alumni Hall Trivia. Today's winner will receive tickets to the next home game and a $25 gift card to Alumni Hall. Thanks for participating in the Alumni Hall Trivia. Alumni Hall, your ultimate Spartan shopping experience. All right, the trivia question today. Michigan State jumped 9 spots in the AP Top 25 poll to be ranked 15th in the country. Can you name the last season that MSU was ranked as high as number 15 in the nation? If you think you have the answer, we got a microphone down here at this edge of the platform. We'll see if you win a couple of tickets and also the gift card. Real quick, I did want to highlight 2 other performances while we wait and see if we have a trivia answer here, Robyn. One being in that road game at Indiana, we saw Jaylen Brown Ice make her first Spartan start, and she gave you 18 points in the first half, 20 for the game. She knocked down 4 threes. She came out just on fire in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, she did a great job just kind of setting the tone in that game. Indiana to start the game was really packing it in, packing the paint, really trying to take away the pain on us. And, you know, her ability, I thought we did a good job finding her, throwing some skips, throwing the ball ahead early in transition. And her ability to make those shots early, I thought really loosened them up and helped our whole offense.
Absolutely. It was really cool to see. And, of course, we've talked and boasted about her scoring prowess, right? She averaged 18 a game. In 2 seasons as a Sun Devil, she hit 1,000 points for her career. She can fill it up in a hurry. Got to see it on display there. And then this one is a bit interesting. Emma Shumate, entering the game against Illinois, had quite the trend that was actually starting to catch a little bit of attention. 21 minutes into the game against Illinois, 21 of her minutes into the game, she had her first turnover of the season, which was unfortunate because it was just a miscommunication between
one zigged and one zagged.
Yeah, her and Dykstra. They just, one went back door, the other one went thinking it was going to go to the wing. But that now meant Emma Shumate made it 269 minutes through the season before she recorded her first turnover. That's unbelievable.
It is. That's taking great care of the basketball, and it's also a good reflection of knowing what you're good at. And so Emma's very good. If she's not open, she passes it fast.
Good awareness, good self-awareness.
Yeah. I always say soar with your strengths, and when you soar with them and your strengths become a superpower, right, that's when you can really, really, really help a team. And she's good. If she's not open, she's moving the ball quick.
This might really be testing you. Have you ever experienced anything like that in your time as a coach?
No, because no one's ever said anything about it. But
yeah,
it's sort of incredible. I mean, even if you do pass it, if you're not open, you still have to never turn it over. So
I mean, that's 6.5 full-length games without a turnover from her. I mean, that's really incredible stuff.
I knew the minute someone posted about it, I'm like, she's for sure turning it over now. You know, it's like the stat you never know, and then you're like, the
broadcaster jinx type of thing. Yep, and it sure happened there. But what an incredible start for Emma Shumate. Well, we're still waiting for a trivia answer, but in the meantime, we're going to step aside and we'll come back and get Kennedy Blair up here on stage with us. We'll be back with more from the Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. You're on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
What matters to you.
This is Labatt, brewed for the fans who can't stop shouting shoot it, and the driveway heroes who still call raindrops on every brick. Make fun of a ref through the TV like he can hear you, then miss 3 straight free throws on your buddy's hoop. Argue every foul, celebrate every layup, and somehow think you're running the offense from Section 312. But that's the beauty of it. Basketball isn't just about the court, it's the noise, the passion, and the Labatt you're holding while you live it. Labatt, we're brewed for the roast. Enjoy responsibly. Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
Here you go. Go!
Run, James!
No, first base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need 3 things. 1. You love saving money and earning cash back. 2. You have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3. When it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
Thanks for joining us for the Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. Whether your move's across town or across the nation, the MUN team can help. Whether you're in the market to buy, sell, or both, check out the MUN team online at munteam.com. Jan and John Munn, serving buyers and sellers since 1985. They're realtors who get results. All right, I think we have a crack at our trivia question. Again, the question, Michigan State right now is ranked 15th in the country. Can you name the last season the Spartans were ranked as high as 15 in the nation? We have Norm getting ready to give it a whirl.
I really believe it was 2014.
It was not 2014, but that is a good guess. If we get another answer, we'll continue to go here. But 2014 was the last time they were higher than 15th. So you're close. The preseason, they were ranked 14th heading into the 14-15 year. I believe we have another guess. Can you say your name?
Vicky.
Vicky. And what's your guess, Vicky?
81, 82?
Not 81, not 82. To help, Norm's a little bit closer than that. So we're a little bit closer. We'll see if we get a trivia answer. If you think you got it, you can head up there to the microphone. But in the meantime, let's welcome in our guest, the redshirt sophomore guard from Dearborn, Michigan, number 35, Kennedy Blair. Give her a nice warm welcome, everybody. Kennedy, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right. Kennedy, you remember how these start, right?
Yes. No pressure, you know.
1 minute. All right. Let's
it,
see
Kennedy.
if Kennedy can climb the leaderboard here. We put 60 seconds on the clock for anybody that's new. We rapid fire questions at Kennedy about herself. She gives us the answers. However many questions she answers, that indicates what our score is. Our clock will start when we finish asking the very first question. All right. Are you ready to go, Kennedy?
Yep, I'm ready. Locked in.
That didn't feel locked in.
Come on, Kennedy. Let's get a little enthusiasm
I'm
up
getting
here.
my brain cells working. That takes a lot. So
that's going to be a full timeout.
That's excellent. All right, here we go. Ready or not, I would be rich if I had $1 every time Robyn said blank.
Popcorn's popping.
Favorite pregame snack?
Goldfish.
Cat or dog person?
Dog.
Favorite basketball player?
Kevin Durant.
You can only eat one thing the rest of your life. What is it?
Chicken.
Favorite musical artist?
Morgan Wallen.
We have a talent show. What talent are you showcasing?
Dancing.
Your go-to song on the road?
Headline streak.
Best dancer on the team?
Isa.
Favorite movie?
Oh gosh, Pitch Perfect.
If you weren't playing basketball, what would you be playing?
Soccer.
Go-to breakfast item?
Yogurt.
Favorite sports team?
Pistons.
Best cook on the team?
Me.
Favorite vacation spot?
Florida.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Flying.
What old person things do you do?
Everything.
What is one thing we would never guess about you?
I hate to read.
What is your most used emoji?
Smiling.
You have to sing karaoke. What song do you pick?
Whitney Houston.
Can have dinner with one person in the world. Who would it be?
Abby Nakfor.
Popcorn or M&M's?
Eminem.
Are you a traveler or a homebody?
Homebody.
And time. 23 for
Go!
Kennedy Blair.
Jordan.
That's a really good score.
I think you lied a few times.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think you could have dinner with Abby Nakfor
That one-
anytime.
Yeah, but that one is honestly true, though.
That is?
That's the biggest celebrity.
Okay. That's Abby Nakfor, of course, the creative for Michigan State women's basketball. Excellent work there. 23 is impressive, Kennedy. And look, if we're talking about Kennedy Blair, there's been a lot that's been impressive this season. If we talk about the Big Ten season, right now, Kennedy Blair leads Michigan State with 15 points per game in conference play, 8 rebounds a game in Big Ten play, 6.3 assists a game in Big Ten play. Also leads Michigan State with 7 steals in league action and is second on the team in blocks in Big Ten play with 3. And she is headlining almost every single statistical category. Give it up for Kennedy Blair. This is really some incredible stuff here. So, Kennedy, there's so many questions to branch off of that. But first off, you got to imagine, I think a lot of people that watch you play see the confidence that radiates off of you. But you've got to be feeling pretty good and pretty confident right now.
I mean, yeah, I think that I'm in a really good position right now to succeed. I think I have a lot of pieces around me that are really valuable to just bringing out the best in me. And I think that just going in every game, being confident and, watching my film and knowing what teams are going to guard and, just being ready for whatever. I just love basketball and I just play my hardest. And that's probably just the best that I can get out of me every day.
I think a lot of people would completely agree. I think that's what they sense.
Yeah.
But Robyn, you hear those stats. I mean, what stands out to you there?
Well, Kennedy just said it. She loves basketball. And I think when you really love something, you get better at it. You have a passion for it. You're willing to do whatever the game requires. I think that's one of Kennedy's greatest strengths is she's just trying to win. And whatever that looks like on different nights, she's going to find a way to bring that to the team. But her love for basketball is contagious. It's real. It's pure. And we know when you really love something, progress and momentum follow that.
And they certainly have. And look, I think somebody could just wake up today and see those stats and say, wow, that's really impressive for Kennedy. But if you know the backstory of Kennedy Blair had committed to Robyn Fralick when she was still the head coach at Bowling Green.
I would have looked really smart at Bowling Green.
No kidding. And then Robyn takes a job here at Michigan State.
Yeah,
Kennedy says, I'll pack my bags and follow you. So she came here to Michigan State as a walk-on, had to miss the entire first year with an injury. So there's really no way to improve or get better when you're sitting out that season with injury. Then last year, she makes a jump over the offseason and she's finding some minutes in a role. And you're thinking, what an incredible story this is. I mean, isn't this awesome? You have a former walk-on who's now getting real minutes and is a real valuable piece of the team. And then flash forward to this year, and she's your leading assist player, your leading rebounder, your leading scorer in Big Ten play. She's doing it all. Folks, this is a story that you just don't hear too often. This is an incredible journey. What's allowed it to happen, Robyn?
Well, she loves the game. When we were at Bowling Green, we recruited her really hard. She's pretty funny because she's like the recruit that never called anyone back. So we're persistent enough to stay in there. I got to talk to her mom and dad a lot. And then when we came to Michigan State, both her parents are Michigan State grads, born and raised a Spartan. And she was kind of like, I'm like, yeah, come along. Let's see how this goes. In her first year, she was out with an injury. And to be honest, her first year, the beginning of summer practices when she was playing, we were like, she can't be in the drill right now. She was messing up every drill. And, so that's what learning looks like though. And that's like a lot of the journeys we see, we think that there's this like instant gratification. And the reality is anything really done well takes a little bit of time and there's a process with it. And Kennedy's has been one of, she got to work, right? She went to work and I think she realized what she needed to do to compete and play at this level. She got her fitness at a much higher level, her focus, her daily plan, cleaned up her nutrition. I mean, we teased her freshman year. I was like, did you steal all of Will's fruit snacks for school today? And I'm calling her out right now, but she just cleaned everything up. I think when you get here, you learn what it takes, and some people are willing to do it and some people aren't. And Kennedy's been a kid that's just been willing to fitness, nutrition, focus, the work that it takes. And, it's those things work. I would say work works, right? Real work works. So Kennedy's been a great example of that, but we laugh. We were still at BG. We'd be looking super duper smart.
No doubt about it.
A lot of it comes from she loves it. And when you really love basketball the way Kennedy loves it, good things happen.
Well, that leads us to a couple of questions for Kennedy. One, what's this journey been like for you since you've stepped foot on campus?
Oh, it's been crazy. I've had the craziest last couple of years, but I mean, I think I've grown so much as a person, and it just like I said, I've changed so much of my life to like revolve around basketball. And I think that's really important because I've really truly love what I do. And I love like who I do it for and everybody like that. So it's been crazy, but I think that my freshman year was the biggest blessing of my life. Like, I don't think I would ever be in the position I am right now if that didn't happen to me. Like I needed to grow as a person and grow up a little bit. So, I still have some growing up to do, but like, I think that I'm halfway there. So, my mom likes to say that. So, but no, that injury was the greatest thing that honestly happened to me. So I'm thankful just to grow up a little bit and be in the position I am right now.
Well, and you've seen a lot of smiles from Kennedy up here. If you see her playing, you see a lot of smiles. You see if she's not roaring or she's not waving the crowd on in the final moments when victory's getting ready to come, she's always smiling. But Robyn talked a little bit about the joy that you have, that this is a real passion for you. Where does that joy come from for the game?
Well, I mean, I feel like I truly love the people around me. Like, it's really easy to be happy for people, like when you actually when they care about you, and I really care about them. So I think that my teammates are like my good friends, and the coaching staff here they really trust me, and I really care about them too. So it's easy. Like, I love Michigan State. I love all the people here. So just being able to do what I love in front of the people that I love is really important. So it's easy. It's not like I'm probably like, you don't have to fake joy. Like, I'm always happy. So just doing what I love and in front of the people is nuts. So just always doing that, because you never know like what happens. So taking in every moment and being able to live out my dream is pretty dang cool. So
that is pretty cool. Give her a nice round of applause for that. Robyn had mentioned that you are a lifelong Michigan State fan. You're a Spartan forever. So this opportunity just presents itself where you can follow the coach you committed to your dream school. What were those moments like?
crazy. I think that was in like, I don't know, April, May. So I had like, I don't know, a month or something to figure it out. So graduating high school, I kind of messed up my knee a little bit. So just having, there's a lot of questions on like how I was doing and like trying to figure my life out a little bit. So just given this opportunity is crazy. And I feel like after my freshman year, I had a big wake up call. Just like, this is your one chance. So you're either going to do it or you're just, I mean, what am I doing with my life? I'm not going to take it seriously. So just them giving me the chance and, you know, being able to just improve and learn. Like basketball wise, I've learned a lot. I still have a lot of growing and learning. So yeah, it's been really cool. Like this is not a lot of people can say that they've had this opportunity. So I'm thankful for it. And also like, I look up in the stands and like my family's there at every game. It's really, really cool. Just like the last game, my nieces and my nephew, my mom doesn't even pay attention to the game sometimes. She's like holding my niece in the air. Like it was, I think we were up like 2 against Rutgers or something. And I look over to my right and my mom's like screaming with my niece in the air. And I'm looking over like, I'm trying to like make a free throw. You know, I struggle with that sometimes. So I'm like
not against Illinois. Let's go.
Yeah, that's Coach B. Credit to Coach B there because she put me on after Indiana game. She's like, you need a song to like go up to the free throw line and be confident about. So I'm like, I thought about it and I couldn't find a song. So then at Indiana during warmups, they started playing Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody. So I was like singing it during warmups and I run back and I'm like, that's my song. Like that's
your walk-up song. Let's go.
I tell Coach B and then Illinois, like every single time I went up to the free throw line, I'm singing Whitney Houston in my head. Like I wish you guys could like look at like I'm literally so focused singing like the song and I don't know, it worked. So let's knock on wood, it keeps working.
We'll get that Whitney playing.
Yeah, I was going to say, for that to become your karaoke song, too, you mentioned during your answer, we're going to have to get that on the speakers at the Breslin Center also. I also love that your aunt is distracted by the Lion King cam during the in-game entertainment. That is excellent stuff, or your mom, rather. Yeah. But Kennedy, we got a couple other things to get to, but we're running a little heavy time-wise. Would you stick around for one more segment?
Of course.
Okay. Well, we'll be back here in just a moment. The Robyn Fralick Show is presented by Diversified Insurance Group. We'll be back with more after a break here on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
24-month ultra-low mileage lease for $189 per month with $33.29 due at signing on a 2026 Sierra light-duty elevation crew cab 4x4 with a 2.7-liter engine. Must be a current lessee of a 2020 model year or newer Buick or GMC vehicle through GM Financial for at least 30 days prior to the new vehicle sale. Tax, title, license, dealer fees extra. No security deposit required. Mileage charge of 25 cents a mile over 20,000 miles. At participating dealers only. Residency restrictions apply. Visit gmcofferinfo.com for details.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Diversified Insurance Group presents the Robyn Fralick Show. Frankly, you'll want to join us for the Michigan Sports Brief every weekday on all of our Spartan Media Network affiliates presented by Frankenmuth Insurance. Find a local independent agent near you by visiting fmins.com. All right, a couple of quick housekeeping items real quick before we get back to Kennedy Blair. One being the 1 more minute. I actually was trying to look up the leaderboard, and I had a hard time before the show, so I finally got it during the break. The leaders were Jaylen Brown, Ice, and Amy Terrian before today at 22. So Kennedy Blair is now the season leader with 23. She's feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, I'm going to tell him at lift.
That's good. Perfect. Give you some ammunition. All right, and we have another guest for our trivia question. Again, our Alumni Hall trivia question. Michigan State right now ranked 15th in the country. Can you name the last season that Michigan State was ranked that high? We have Carol at the mic.
I originally, the first person, that was my first thought, but then I was thinking about it because obviously that was wrong. Is it 2012?
It is not 2012.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if we can give you the gift, so we're going to hang on for a listener, but I like that you feel confident even there, though. But thank you, Carol, for trying. Pat, do you think you know it? Go ahead, make your way to the microphone. We'll get you on real quick.
Come on, Pat.
Again, if this helps, so far, Norm, the first guess of 2014, is the closest. He's the warmest.
2011.
Nope, not 2011.
Much more recent. Much more recent.
We were 16-1 that year, weren't we?
Oh, and we got highly ranked, but there's been a time since that we got to 15. So we'll see if anybody has that answer. Okay, we got another one coming. All right,
Very
in the
recent.
meantime.
Yes, Barb.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead. Can you give us your name?
Barb.
And Barb, your answer is?
2024.
That's right. Last season.
Woman.
The week of December 17th, Michigan State got to rank number 15 in the country. Great work, Barb.
Barb's daughter was an All-American at Michigan State on the softball team. So.
Is that Jessica Beach?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jessica
how about
Beach's
that?
mom. So you are Sparty through and through. I love it.
That's excellent. All right, well, thank you so much, Barb, and congratulations. All right, real quick, because we're running a little bit shorter on time. Kennedy, we talked a little bit about some of your incredible stats this season. We mentioned that you're leading the green and white in rebounding. It's amazing to me that in this game with either Ole Miss or just Big Ten competition, here's a 5'9" guard that seems to clean the glass up better than anybody else on the floor. What's your attitude to rebounding that allows you to get this done?
I hear Coach Cam in my head every time they shoot it. She screams, "Rebound!" at practice. Oh yeah, that's what I hear every time the shot goes up. But no, I just usually am by the rim, so I just usually just jump in. Like I definitely miss box outs, and that's something that they track. But I think that I just have a good feel at where the ball is going to go and try to be physical. And I mean, offensive rebounding, I need to get better, but defensive rebounding is just something I've got an act for and just try my hardest, I guess.
Well, and how about this, Coach? You got to love this. We're trying to sing her praises, and she's saying, I got more work to go. I know it. I don't need to hear from the coaches again.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, God bless them. They watch film. They hear it all over and over again.
A couple of things here, too, before we say goodbye, Kennedy. One, I think a lot of people have really started to notice what I suppose at this point could be considered your signature move, the Euro step rip through that you do down the lane. How do you describe that for people? Because on the radio, we've been trying to come up with it, and the guest color announcer and the trip to Bloomington, Zach Fisher, had said it's the Blair step instead of the Euro step.
I like that.
So I think we're giving it the Blair step name. Do you like that?
Yeah, I do like that. That's usually just my in transition when I'm going full speed, and I hope for the best. That's usually when I'm supposed to get the 2 feet, but I'm usually just going as fast as I can, and I
hope for the best.
Real quick, a thing for both of you. Kennedy, What do you love most about this team? You've talked about these pieces and how much you love your teammates and everybody around. What is it about this year's team that you love the most?
I think the best thing about us is that we're all really good at our role. Like, I think that everybody's really like self-aware and like understands what they need to do. And I think that we're all so different too. Like, a lot of us play very, very differently. So just having all those different pieces, it's really easy to play with. Like, I feel like as a point guard, it's easy to know like who's at what spot, like when to throw it to some people and when to not, and like when they're really, really successful. So I think that it's really easy to do that when you have a whole lot of pieces that like work really well together and can do a whole bunch of different things. So yeah, that's really beneficial, and I think that's helped us in a lot of games. A lot of people have stepped up when we needed to. So I think that's definitely something that not a lot of teams have, is the really like awareness of what you're really good at and like what we can also do together.
Robyn, we've talked a lot and we've gotten to learn a lot about Kennedy. There's been a lot of special things to learn about Kennedy here today. Your favorite part about Kennedy, the person, and your experience coaching Kennedy?
The joy she plays with. I think that's something missing in our game. I think there's so much pressure earlier on kids and younger. And so anytime you can see somebody who just loves it and there's this joy that permeates from them, I know as a coach, that's such a compelling feeling to be around that.
That's really special stuff. And certainly I think everybody here can feel that as well. Everybody give a nice big thank you to number 35, Kennedy Blair. Kennedy, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
This was
Appreciate it,
excellent. MSU Federal Credit Union is proud to be the official credit union of Spartan Athletics. Founded by MSU faculty over 86 years ago, MSU FCU offers superior products and services specifically designed to meet the needs of Spartans. Whether your goal is to pay off your student loan, build your dream home, or save for retirement, MSU FCU has you covered. We're live with the head coach of the Spartans, Robyn Fralick, and today's show is presented by Diversified Insurance Group. You're listening to the Robyn Fralick Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
SeatGeek.
Meet, greet, and compete in Michigan's capital city. The Lansing Sports Commission is dedicated to helping you host your next athletic tournament or event in Greater Lansing. Our free services include everything from event development and tournament planning to promotions and recruiting volunteers. No matter the sport, the LSC can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find details at lansingsports.org.
Whoa, boss, how did that happen?
Mind your business.
I mean, how did a forklift make a shish kebab out of our company truck?
I said mind your business, Billy. It's why we have auto owners. We work with an independent agent to customize our policies. So when the unexpected happens, we know we're covered. Because unlike you, minding our business is their business.
Oh, that's simple human sense.
Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you.
You didn't do this, did you, boss?
Mind your business, Billy.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need three things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
We are back with more Spartan basketball on the Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. When you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local teams across the Midwest. From big league stadiums to the neighborhood ball field, learn more at Meijer.com/community. All right, Robyn, look, we mentioned this is going to be a pretty full show. And the sands of the hourglass are starting to run against us a little bit, wither away. But there's been so much to talk about. Kennedy was excellent as well. One thing I want to get to before we have to break is the week ahead, because as you mentioned, the Big Ten waits for no one. I mean, this season just keeps churning with so many great teams. You take a trip out to the Pacific Northwest, playing against a really good Washington Huskies team that is 12-2 on the season, fresh off a win against number 6 Michigan last time out, 64-52. Take a couple of days and get to Eugene, Oregon, where you battle a Duck squad that's 13-3 and nearly beat that same Michigan team, had them on the ropes. This is going to be quite the challenge in both of these games.
Yeah, two great teams. We get to fly across the country. Washington, a very, very efficient offensive team, shoots a lot of threes. They've been stingy on defense, too, a lot of bigger guards where they switch things. And then an Oregon team that's a little bit less conventional. They have just a little bit more of a different style of play. Both been really, really good. So the challenge continues.
Well, let's start with Washington here, too, because they had two players that received recognition before the season for all Big Ten stuff. El Ladine, who was phenomenal last year. Savia Sellers, who is scoring at an unreal clip, about 19 points per game. I mean, she's simply a microwave. It just all of a sudden there's 30. I mean, she's capable of that. And then in a game where neither of those two necessarily had their best against Michigan, it was Avery Howell, who used to play at USC last year, scoring 22 points and providing 16 rebounds. That's a lot of weapons for Washington.
Yeah, great guard play. Sellers and Ladine are returning, have been successful in our league. And then they added Avery Howell, who's their most physical guard, rebounds the ball, starts their break. They run a lot of chin and cutting and spacing and do a good job, passing and finding high quality shots. So good team. Will have to be really, really sharp.
And you mentioned Oregon does things a little bit differently. This is a Duck squad that's 1-2 in the Big Ten, but those are losses to Michigan and UCLA. I mean, nobody's going to blame anybody for how well those two have gotten off to for the Ducks to drop those two. They're 13-3 for the season. They're at number 21 USC tonight. By the way, if you want to watch the Ducks, get some coffee. That is a 10 o'clock Eastern tip tonight if you want to watch that game against USC. But you said they do things a little bit differently. What do you mean?
They'll mix it up. They'll play a bit of like a matchup zone. They'll get aggressive defensively. They'll sprinkle in some three-quarter presses, just to give a more different looks defensively. And then they have a point guard who was on their team last year, but took a big leap, and I think she's averaging almost 10 assists a game. So she's very, very important, creates a lot of stuff for them. But they big, physical, athletic, and change up their defenses and give a lot of different looks.
Well, we'll get a final thought on the preview of the matchup and also take a look back again at the environment that it was this past weekend at the Breslin Center when we come back. We are here live from One North Kitchen and Bar, East Lansing, for all the Spartan Coaches shows. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. We'll be back with more from Coach Fralick, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. You're on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Meyer.com/community.
Sometimes we're asked if you need to be a Spartan to be a member of Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. The answer is no. To be an MSU FCU member, you just need three things. 1, you love saving money and earning cash back. 2, you have a passion for supporting your community, just like we do. 3, when it comes to your future, you prefer to dream big. If this sounds like you, visit msufcu.org to get started. Of course, if you want to cheer on MSU, we're totally on board with that too. Go green.
Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Show and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North Kitchen and Bar, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
Thanks for joining us and the Spartan fans here at One North for the Robyn Fralick Show, presented by Diversified Insurance Group. All right, we don't have a ton of time left, but Robyn, we talked about how incredible the crowd was on Sunday in that win over Illinois. That was also Alumni Day, and somehow the show's been so full we haven't even been able to talk about that. But to welcome everybody back who's worn the green and white here to the Breslin Center that weekend, how neat of a moment was that?
Oh, we love Alumni Day, and I had a chance to see them real quick before the game started, some familiar faces. And, something as a staff, we always feel real responsibility to the tradition of the program. We know there's been tons of great players and coaches before us. There will be after us. And so we're always so grateful when they come back and continue to support. And so many of them paved the way for where women's basketball is now. And how far it's come. So that's a very special day. Staff did a great job with welcoming them back and setting that all up. Margaret, especially does a lot. So, and it's even more fun when you get a win. So
that most certainly
yes,
is.
It is.
I always love during that halftime ceremony where they line up and they pass the mic around. You talk about some of the ones that paved the way. Some members from classes of the early 70s there, and they say that, and you're like, the history that you've provided, it really is something special.
Riding vans. I don't even know if they had practice jerseys. There's been so far, especially for women's sports, there's been so many trailblazers who push the game forward for us. And that, we continue. That's a thing that's always, we're still in pursuit of. But, I worked when I was a Division II assistant, my head coach was one of the Title IX trailblazers. And I know all the things that she stood for and stood strong on. And we get an opportunity like Sunday to play in front of a fan base like we do with the opportunities we get, and grateful for that. And I know that, the women, I have a 9-year-old, and we're going to keep standing strong and keep pushing the game forward.
Love that. Absolutely love to hear that. That's pretty cool stuff. All right, we're getting close to the end of the show. Real quick, we mentioned Michigan State at Washington. That is Thursday night. That's a 9 o'clock Eastern tip time. We're going to be taking the airwaves at 8:45 on WVFN 7:30 a.m. And, of course, we'll be online and on the app. Keys to victory there. I know you still are tinkering. You and the staff have to work with so many unknowns at the moment. But what do you know that you need in this matchup?
Well, we got to do a good job of guarding our matchups. They're dangerous at the arc. We can't let them zing the ball around. They're a really, really good passing team. And then offensively, we got to make a move. They've been, I think that's one of the biggest things they're better at this year. They're a better defensive team. So we've got to move them to create some space.
Oh, we certainly look forward to it. Certainly excited for that. That's, again, Thursday night there in Seattle. Some thank yous on the way out the door. Big thank you to the MSU women's basketball staff. Of course, Mo Rosati, Kara Fisher, Abby Knack for all their help, all the coaches, everybody. Big thank you to the One North Kitchen and Bar staff. Big thank you to Chris Ordaway, our audio engineer here this afternoon. Big thank you back in the Skyview studios to Matt Contreras Valenzuela. Running the video stream producing is Emma McEwen. Big thanks to Kennedy Blair. And, of course, for head coach Robyn Fralick, I'm Dalton Shetler. And until next time, so long and go green.
You've been listening to The Robyn Fralick Show on the Spartan Media Network,